Sup guys, Orbiter here. Today we're going to be hunting for the Starknet Airdrop. Starknet is the ZK rollup L2 on top of Ethereum. It had a pretty big funding from VCs, more than 250 million, raised over the course of several rounds. Before we begin, as usual, disclaimers. First of all, this is not financial advice, always do your own research. Second of all, the airdrop is not guaranteed to happen. And lastly, even if the airdrop happens, there is no guarantee that the steps we do in this video will make us eligible to claim the tokens. With that in mind, let's begin. So first of all, how much do we expect to spend on this? If you want to do all the steps that show in the video, then initial gas spendings will cost you around 30 to 50 USD. You can definitely do that with less if you cut off some transactions. And as for the amount that you want to be allocating for this airdrop, also the more the better, but potentially you can do it with like 0.01 ETH, just like basically dissolving that into the gas. But I would not recommend doing that. I would recommend allocating a bigger amount because we're going to be repeating some transactions in the future, so better have some leftovers for gas there. As for the wallet, we need the MetaMask, and we also need the Starknet wallet because the MetaMask does not work on Starknet. I recommend using Argent wallet as it has Google Chrome and Mozilla Firefox extensions. So once we set this up, first things that we need to do is we need to bridge the asset from Ethereum mainnet to the Starknet. There are three main bridges that I recommend using here. The first one is an official bridge of the Starknet.io, Starkgate.Starknet.io. Here we need to connect our wallets first, both of them, and then we're going to be bridging from the Ethereum mainnet to the Starknet. And it's important to point out here that even though you can technically bridge from other blockchains, like for example Arbitrum and Optimism, and that's going to be a lot cheaper in gas, I think we need to bridge from Ethereum mainnet at least once. And that's going to be our highest gas fee transaction. And also one thing to point out here, and that's going to be relevant for all Starknet transactions, the currently time to finality is pretty long. It usually takes several minutes for the transaction to be completed. So keep that in mind. So here you just place the amount and you push transfer. I've already bridged some of that, so I'm not going to be using this one. I just want to show the gas. As you can see, the gas is crazy high on this bridge. It's currently estimated at around $8 with a GUI of 21. Which is kind of insane. However, this is the transaction that we need to do, and this is going to be the only transaction that costs that much gas. All the other transactions, they are a lot cheaper. So since we're going to be using multiple bridges, I recommend to split your allocated amount into like 3 parts. Also, don't forget to leave some portion of ETH to pay the gas. Once you're done with this bridge, let's move to the second one, and that's going to be Orbiter.finance. It allows you to bridge to various of different networks. For example, you can see ZK Sync Era here that we also covered in previous video. I only need to transfer a small sum here. And boom, we get an error that's Starknet network transaction maintenance. Please try again later. It's actually been like this for a couple days now, so I don't know where they're gonna fix it, but be sure to check, and if that works, do this transaction through the Orbiter.finance. That's very important in my opinion, and also considering that Orbiter.finance themselves can have a potential airdrop in the future, so raking the transactions through the Orbiter may help you get it as well. And last bridge is the Layerswap, though technically I wouldn't call it a bridge. It's like a cross-chain peer-to-peer network. That's very interesting in the way it works. So here you need to go to cross-chain, then select network. In our case it's going to be Ethereum to Starknet. Then you need to put an amount here. In this case I only need to put a small amount. And then what's interesting here, you need to put manually your Starknet address. Just copy that from the wallet, put it here, and then it says that out of this 0.02 we will receive 0.0184. So there is a commission here, but you will pay way lower gas. When you click swap now, you need to confirm that you are the owner of the address, And that's then what's gonna happen. You need to manually send funds to this address that they're showing you. It's like a contract address that automatically will transfer funds in like a peer-to-peer way. That's actually very interesting compared to like normal bridges. So we copy that, we go to MetaMask. It has to be on Ethereum mainnet. We need to send is to this address. And you need to put the exact amount as you put here. The exact amount, otherwise it's not gonna work. So this is the exact amount. And we can see that estimated gas here is only 84 cents. So it's only a fraction of what we paid on the official bridge. However, we do pay like a commission here. We confirm transaction. Now it's pending in MetaMask. After that, you need to click I did the transfer, and then you're gonna see this window, and you don't need to refresh it. Usually, as you can see, it's showing you the progress of this transaction. And once it's completed, it's gonna say that transaction is done. Well, this transaction is going really slow. It's been almost 10 minutes. It's finally got its transaction address, and we have this bar here that shows it's gonna be another like 3 minutes. Well, that was faster than 3 minutes. Finally, it's completed. But also one thing to note about this bridge, and even though it says it's completed, if you check your wallet, you may not see your tokens right away. It took, in my case, around additional 2 minutes for them to arrive. Okay, we're done with the bridges, and now we can go do transactions on DEXs. We're going to be using 3 main DEXs. That's 10K swap, MySwap, and JediSwap. Starting with the 10K, we need to connect the wallet. And what I recommend doing is swapping ETH to something that is commonly used like USDC. Again, how much you're gonna swap, it's all up to you. You can do a very tiny amount just for the sake of making a transaction. As we already know, the volume of the transactions may or may not have any effect on the actual airdrop. So in my case, I do have 0.08 and I'll be swapping 0.01 on every DEX. As you can see, network fees are currently around 50 cents. Transaction submitted. You can also view it on StarkScan. Every transaction we have to wait several minutes. While this transaction finalizing, we can go to the next swap. This is gonna be MySwap. Also connect your wallet. Then you need to click I understand on the disclaimer. Also select tokens into USDC. Input the amount and press swap. Pretty much same network fees. They're pretty much the same on every DEX. And again, it's gonna take several minutes, so meanwhile we're gonna go to the third DEX. And that's gonna be a JediSwap. We'll launch the app. Again, click we understand the risks. Connect the wallet. Choose tokens. Input the amount. Same as always. And we click swap. And then we confirm and wait. Going back to the first transaction on 10K swap, and as you can see, several minutes later it's still pending. While we wait, one thing I'd like to point out here that we will be staking our tokens in the pools. I do believe that it's a necessary step. Same way, I do believe that you should like this video if you find it helpful. Our transactions on 10K swap has been completed, and we can go and put that into the pool. So you can see all the pools here. We're interested in Ethereum USDC pool. Press add liquidity. So you just enter the amount here and you get automatically calculated the second token. Then you need to confirm. The network fee in this case is going to be around 72 cents. And then again, transaction submitted, and again we need to wait. For some reason my swap transaction didn't go through, so I'm gonna redo it. And then we're also gonna add it to the pool here. Okay, our pool and transactions on 10K swap is completed, and now you can see it in my pools. And you can also add liquidity here or withdraw it. Sadly, right now the network is not doing great with concurrent transactions. So if you get in the rejection errors, try to do transactions one by one. Because my initial JediSwap transactions were rejected. The first transaction on MySwap was rejected, but now the second one actually came through. Here I'm gonna add to the pool on MySwap, and then we're gonna go to JediSwap. Always you press add liquidity. Again, gas for pooling is around 72 cents. I think the biggest issue for me in this airdrop, to be honest, is like waiting for transactions to complete, because it's a bit weird. Like you see the transaction is complete, yet it's not showing up in the wallet. Then concurrent transactions for some reason don't work. I don't know why. It's just like, it's time consuming, all I can say right now. Hopefully they will make it better, so maybe it's because of the congestion now. But from like a technical standpoint, the network just looks awful right now. And you see these delays in wallet too. Like, for example, you approve the transaction and then the tokens will be sitting in your wallet for quite significant time. And then if you're doing concurrent transaction, it's very hard to track how much do you actually have. You need to wait for the transaction to go through, and then you will see actually these tokens live in your wallet. So my initial plan to do these transactions in parallel looks to be no good in this particular case. But you know, it is what it is. We have to work with what we got. And while we wait, if you like the content, you can subscribe to the channel. We're gonna have a lot more airdrop videos later. Okay, liquidity has been added. Now you can see it and withdraw it also. And now I have to go back to JediSwap because apparently previous transactions were rejected, and we're gonna do all the same stuff as previously. Swap and add to the pool, but here we can also zap. First we need to wait to the swap and the pool transaction to come through. See you in 10 minutes. Alright, transaction is finally confirmed, but before we go any further, we need to actually check the funds in the wallet. As you can see, there's a slight lag here, but now we can finally pull it on Jedi, add liquidity, select token, in this particular case USDC, add on liquidity, supply, and assume gas is going to be roughly the same. Oh, it's actually less this time, 63 cents. Okay. I hope it comes through. I'm honestly like ready to kill myself with the waiting times on these transactions. And while this is pending, I will try to zap here. The zap function is not available on other dexes, but it's available on JediSwap. So what this is, basically you add in one token and converting this token into an LP. So here I'm gonna put a small amount. They say in the wording zap can cause slippage, small amounts only. I guess this is small enough. Then again you select the pool. This is the pool where we're gonna be staking through the pool function, and this is also when I wanna add this through the zap. So how it works, instead of adding ETH and USDC, you can only add ETH. Half of your ETH would be automatically like converted, and 2 tokens are going to be pulled into this ETH USDC pool. You click zap, confirm. I'm curious about the gas here. The gas here is 55 cents. And on Jedi, you can also click on your wallet button and you can see the status of transactions without actually going to the scanner. Okay, the first one was confirmed. It's nice that it changed the status here in real time. And I assume the zap will be fine too. And we can actually check that liquidity is indeed here. As you can see, currently we have 0.0099 ETH and 18.39 USDC. So when the zap arrives, we're gonna see how that changes. Okay, transaction confirmed. Let's refresh the page. See, now I have 0.012 and 23. And if you want to remove liquidity, you can do it now as well. finally we're done with the dexes. But guys, again, be sure to come back every at least 2 weeks. I would say that in the bare minimum you have to do one transaction every 2 weeks. So in this case, you don't need to add liquidity or withdraw liquidity, you can just swap. So if we like calculate it in that fees, if you do one swap transaction every 2 weeks, that's around 50 cents. 2 transactions per month, the bare minimum, will cost you around 1 USD. So be sure to leave some ETH in your Argent wallet in order to cover the future gas, because we don't know when the airdrop will potentially happen. Okay, next up we have NFTs, and we have 2 NFT marketplaces. The first one is going to be MintSquare. Be sure to check that you are on the Starknet mainnet. So what we can do with the NFTs? We can mint, we can bid, we can buy, and we can sell. There are 4 actions. So let's start with the minting. You can just click mint, upload any image that you want. I'm gonna put cool cat. And then description, external link, and attributes, you can leave them empty. Or you also need to connect the wallet, obviously. Connect the wallet. And then you have to pay the gas, of course, for minting. Currently it's around 58 cents. And while we wait, we can check NFTs on the marketplace. And if you just want it for the airdrop, you don't really care about the NFTs themselves. You can sort them by price, low to high, and just buy the cheapest ones. If you see that it says like ends in 22 days, that means that it's an auction and you cannot buy it right away. You can just place the bid. And to place the bid, we need first to unlock. That also costs some gas. Okay, it seems like our mint actually went through. We can check our profile. And here we have our cool cat minted. Okay, once the approval transaction is actually confirmed, we can place our bid. This is automatically, I think, slightly higher than the previous bid. In this case, we don't have to pay any gas, we just need to sign, since we already approved our ETH. And bid is submitted. And now we can see our bid actually here, and we can also cancel this. But we still need to buy the NFT straight away. What? 4 USD gas? No, that can't be right. What is this? Okay, this is crazy. The network fee just jumped to around like 4 USD. So if you try to buy and you see this like crazy estimation, you can just wait. I think now it's around, yeah, it's going down, but it's currently still very high. Okay, I'm just gonna buy it here, even though the network fees are still high, just for the sake of the video. I don't wanna wait much longer, to be honest. And while this transaction is going through, we can actually sell our minted NFT. You need to also unlock it, and that is gonna cost some gas. As you can see, the transaction of this type previously cost 18 cents. Roughly now it's 43 cents. Okay, once transaction is approved, you can actually sell it. You can either choose auction or you can set a specific price. In this case, I'm just gonna set a price, click list, and here you don't have to pay because you previously already paid the gas for it. And also the NFT that I bought should already be in my wallet. Yeah, we got this NFT, and you can also sell it. The second marketplace we need to use is an aspect. Here we just need to buy one NFT, sell one NFT. You can also sort it by price if you want to buy the cheapest. Bunch of anime half-naked girls here for some reason. It works pretty much exactly the same as on MintSquare. You can buy now, you need to approve, and then same goes with the selling. So again, if you're trying to do stuff with the NFTs and you see that gas is too high, just wait. And the last app we're gonna interact with is Starknet.id. Here we connect the wallet, and this is like the social ID on the Starknet. First of all, we need to click identities. This website is a bit laggy. If it doesn't respond, just refresh the page. So it gave me this SID number, write it down somewhere. Like, most likely you're not gonna be using that, but you never know. Main things that we need to do here is connect our Twitter. Okay, you also have to pay gas on these. So you can connect your Twitter, you can connect your Discord, and you can connect your GitHub. And once you have done that, you can actually go to domains and you can buy your own .stark domain. You can change the number of years here. As you can see, registering it for just 1 year, it's pretty pricey. With the current price of ETH, it's like 17 bucks, I think, plus you need to pay the gas. So if you're on a tight budget, you can just skip this step. I'm just gonna do it for the heck of it. The network fee is still high. It's additional USD we need to pay. And now I think transaction has been completed. We can actually update the page. This is super laggy. The whole website is like, you need to update it multiple times sometimes to make it work. But if you do purchase domain and when transaction completes, instead of your wallet address, you'll be seeing here your domain. And this was the last step that we're gonna take. And again, I'm gonna emphasize the point of this. From time to time, you need to go back to DEXs and do at least like one swap every 1 or 2 weeks to sort of keep your wallet relevant. If you think that I forgot something, or maybe you have the idea, or you have some questions about the apps, be sure to comment below. Thank you very much for watching. If you found the video helpful, please drop a like, consider subscribing, maybe share the video. All of that will help the video to be discovered. Thank you, and until next time.